love them. Yes, I love I fly. Or whatever. Oh my God, yeah. I fly, baby. Say what? What they talking about?
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your girl, Keisha Coolin. Square! Y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get that part. I do. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome to what? Type in I Fly with Keisha Coolin Squirt. What's going on, Squirt? How you feeling today?
Great. You know, I don't know if y'all know, y'all do know, those who take medication off, but girl, antibiotics get on my nerves, honey. Be sending you to the restroom, not for no boo-boo, but just to, be having these,
What's going on, everybody? Shout out to everybody that just tuned in with us.
How
We
y'all
got
doing?
one time, y'all didn't meet us here, y'all. We beat y'all here. Y'all let us beat y'all today?
Them parts.
Because it's Monday. Y'all don't like Monday. I love Monday. She gonna love Monday.
I love Mondays.
Do you?
I guess.
She loves Mondays, y'all.
I guess.
Y'all see the topic. We're gonna get right to it in a minute. Self-worth. Self-worth. We are talking about our self-worth. Self-worth.
We are talking about
self-worth. Self-worth. We are talking about our self-worth. Our self-worth. We're talking about our self-worth. I don't think that's even how the song started out when we first started.
It didn't. It didn't. Really did.
That's our shit. Okay, so who's tuned in? Can we get a hey, hello, what's up? How you doing? Can I get a hat? Oh, we got some love. Can I get a heart? Can I get something?
Can you get some love? Where the love at?
Uh-oh.
Hey, boo. Hey, baby Snoopy butt.
You singing out, you bringing out the ass.
You were sharing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate that. You see it here.
Yeah, so what did you say? I think that's just an introduction that she has to do.
Oh, okay. Like, what the fuck?
What did I do?
Yeah, there's a finger already. That means your first 5 emojis, you use that a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't believe you in the first place. So, getting right along. Self-worth. Oh, that was true. That was
Like the barbershop.
So, self-worth. We're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. What is your definition of self-worth? Before you say yours.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was about to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Because you said something, you say all the time, or hey, you always tell your therapist asked you what your worth was, and what was your response?
Why? How did you? That's what I always go back to. My therapist asked me, "Do I know myself?" And I really couldn't. I didn't even. I was like, "What does it really mean? Like, what does self?" Or you hear people say, "Do you know your value? Do you know your worth?" It's like, what do you mean? Do I know my worth? Like, is there a number that I'm looking for? Is there a rating, like 1 out of 10? Am I at a 10 that I love myself? Because in my own space, and for me. I love who I am. I love everything about me. There are things that I want to make changes on. Yeah, I make those changes. I don't complain so much about it. I make the change. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to myself, I love me. Right. The I and I fly. I starts with self. Straight like that. So
before I fucking love you, it starts with I first.
Yeah,
I.
You just want the But no, yeah, so I asked her, she, and then she was like, she really didn't have that no response.
She wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready for that because I was like, I really don't know how to, I really don't know how to. I don't know what that means because I love me, and but there's so much more to loving me. Like I was doing mirror, I was mirroring myself.
Mhm.
I mean, mirror myself. I was doing mirror therapy before I got into therapy. Like I used to look in the mirror, like when people used to call me conceited, I'm like, no, I'm confident. Fuck, I love me because if nobody else is going to love, if I don't love me, who else is going to love me? I
Right.
used to tell myself this stuff.
Ooh. Hey, Tony Love Bryant.
What's going on, Tony?
Tony loves Bryant. That's all you need to know. That Tony loves Bryant.
Okay, Tony
Okay.
love Brian.
Bryant, Tony loves you. The value
Go.
of my being is in. Am I saying this right?
Yes.
Intrinsic. You know what's throwing me off? The exclamation mark. That's what's throwing me off. Some people, hey, Kate, some people don't know their self worth because they base that off of others, giving them the validation that they matter based off of their own opinion.
Mhm.
And Tony that love Bryant said, hey, loves. Hey, Tony that love Bryant.
Don't play her no more.
This comment. Come on now, babe. Sound it out.
So, yes, I was one, Keita. I was one who did not know exactly what she meant. My therapist meant, like I really didn't know what self worth and self value. I didn't know what it meant, But now, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot that I just didn't verbally express. Like boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about. I knew I had. What's going on, Saville? Hey, we miss you too.
Hey, Brandon. Uncle B.
I didn't.
Roos.
I didn't realize that I had so many unhealthy relationships with people, friends, because we didn't have boundaries.
Look, what you said.
Yeah, I know. When we had boundaries, we didn't have. I just didn't know what it is that I really wanted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew, like, besides wanting to be wealthy, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone, please what? Oh, okay.
I don't think I can pin it.
Well, I probably put it from my page. I really didn't know I didn't know what it is that I wanted from a woman. Actually, I really didn't know what I wanted out of life. Like it's just I had those questions, and then even down to when my therapist used to tell me, "Oh, well, just why you don't just go back to something that makes you happy?" I'm like, "Want me to go back to putting stuff up under the rug and
Mm-hmm.
not dealing with shit?" Like that's how I look at it now. Like that's, but even then, I was just like, I wasn't happy then. I was suppressing my depression. I was suppressing everything. I wasn't dealing with my own shit. I was dealing with everybody else's shit. You know what I'm saying? So now here I am in my own stuff, and I'm dealing with a lot of my own stuff, and it's just some things that I won't tolerate, nor deal with, or go back to at all, under no circumstances. If it looks the same, I'm going left.
DUD balls.
If it feels like something that I've been through, I'm going left. Because it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my self worth is not based on, it's not a number. It's just knowing what it is that I deserve. So I'm gonna use this example, like going for a job, and they interview you, right? Sit down before someone to interview you or whatever interview. They ask you questions, a series of questions on what you or how you're gonna be an asset to their company. But do you turn to ask? Have you ever turned? You know how they say, "Do you have any questions and no answers?" I know for a fact I didn't. I never sat down in this. I said, well, I challenged them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that was taught to people. I didn't learn it. I didn't know that I needed to challenge the person that I was working for. Or because I didn't feel like, I was like, what have I been through? How am I going to challenge them? And I'm the one that needs a job. But that also, now I look at this now and I'm like, remember what I was saying to you the other day? How where we were with that meeting that we had the other day.
Mhm.
I was like, remember when we first stepped in, we couldn't really bring to the table because we wasn't doing too much.
Mhm.
Oh, but now
Mhm.
we're doing all of what we're doing.
Mhm.
There's certain
Come on, Vic.
there's
Preach.
certain things that we just not gonna do. We're gonna say, that's not what we do. We're not gonna do it just because you want us to do it. This is what we're doing.
Mhm.
We're in partnership.
Mhm.
This is what we're gonna do. And this is what we can do.
Mhm.
We're not gonna overwhelm, overexert. We're not gonna do too much
Mhm.
just because we're just trying to be a part. We're not doing that. We know exactly what it is that
Yes.
hey, what's going on? Sky.
Mhm.
Go ahead. That situation. You're not
Better
late.
late than never. That's what I always say.
We're just talking about self-worth. Go ahead.
When they ask you of you, have any questions at the end? Okay, hold on. When they ask you if you have any questions at the end of the interview, is your time to shine and ask whatever you have questions about.
Right. But see, never thought that. It was more like, no, it was more like, well, I guess when I had questions, I would get them answered. I just trying to do the job.
Right.
Now, like, if you know what you like, you would have to gone through things to know where you and what you deserve. Correct?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Am I right? Y'all agree?
Right.
Ooh, that's okay. Go ahead.
A lot of times we dislike ourselves based on the things people place on us. You know what I'm saying? Childhood traumas or the lack of understanding that those traumas. Once you truly know you, then your value is established. I look at myself like Vegas. The house gets paid first equals self-love.
That
Don't
part.
ask me why I read like that.
Yeah.
I felt it in my soul. Why the fuck is Audrey Ray Charles? I took him to church.
She was taking him to church.
This comment. I ask about how stressed they are. I mean, how stressed are they? Same thing. Keisha, please read from now on.
No, but that's her job. So yeah. Back to what Tony said. Brandon first. So Brandon said when they asked if you have any, it's your time to shine. Did not know that then. Like, I mean, in my mental, I wasn't supposed to be working for nobody anyway.
I ain't like talking to people, so that's why I was trying to get there. I feel like every interview I had, I said, oh.
But you know how many interviews
like
I really had in
court.
life? I've had how many jobs have you had?
Me? I can probably let me see. Come back to me, okay?
Okay, we're gonna come. How many jobs have you had?
How long I'm supposed to be there for?
It don't matter how many jobs you had.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna tell y'all how many jobs I had.
Hold on, include this ain't no job, this is a career. Oh
no.
Okay.
No.
My whole entire life,
Yeah.
since I was 16.
Since you've been working.
7.
I've had 5 jobs. And out of those 5 jobs, I've only had one real interview. And that job I was at for 10 years, unhappy as fuck.
Amen.
Me knowing my value then, me knowing my worth, like I knew who they, man.
Story
man.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Bitch, I knew my worth when my supervisor at that job fucking came at me sideways like, who the fuck is he talking to? That's exactly what I said. Who is he talking to? Who is he talking to? He got me fucked up. When he opened his mouth and said, remember who you are working for. I said, hold up, you got me fucked up. Because first of all, I don't work.
She saw this first. She saw this first.
I may have, but it's the way it came out. But this my thing. I was like, who the fuck is you talking to? First of all, I don't work for you. Your name is not on my paychecks, okay? The person that pays you is the same person that pays me. So you got me fucked up. I walk out this bitch right now and did or I did not. And who came to come get me?
Yeah. You don't know your worth, they won't promote you. But even though I feel like promotion comes from God, you know what? But again, still, you could be doing a great and an amazing job. But if you not if you're not putting your foot down on some shit, they won't give you that raise. They won't promote you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I
It
feel
wasn't
like
until
now,
I actually left and made that jump. And I know y'all hear it all the time, but for the people that are following me, the people who have known me, you can actually say, "Oh, this is her testimony." It took for me to jump. I was sitting somewhere for 10 years, and then after I left that job, and it took for the place to close down, honestly, for me to get my ass moving. And then I went to Amazon only for to be there for a year, and I was just like, because COVID happened, I was like, man, fuck, my soul was screaming when I realized I left Sears, I left Amazon. I was like, man, I can do whatever. Your mentality changes as well.
mm-hmm. I usually ask, what are the expectations of their employees' growth within the company training? A lot of companies do not properly bring someone about ex what that's supposed to be. See, I done bust out cake, but expecting the employee to train the next employee coming on board. I was really trying to read this shit how you would read it.
No, stop it. Just read.
I'm reading. You have to know your worth as far as work or a relationship.
Are we gonna get
General.
y'all? I'm trying to knock the work out. We're gonna jump to a relationship because okay. Y'all want to jump to a relationship? You want to jump to a relationship? Fine, we could do that too. But I just want some people who don't know. Everybody ain't in a relationship right now. The way things looking, people are not in relationships right now.
I feel like that's the first thing we always tend to run to is relationship when self-worth matters in all aspects if you think about it. You know what I mean?
And then if you remember how I was saying you can't, well, I can't, and most people don't, like what you do at work is what you do at home. I feel the same way. The same shit that happens with your work relationship happens at home in your personal life.
Mhm. Fear of the unknown creates complacency.
You look like you was about to.
Never get comfortable. Keisha, never get comfortable in anything you do. Always strive for the best because that is what you deserve and bring to the table. I know that.
So, but like I said, you just don't know this right up front. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it took for me to jump out on whatever faith I had at that time. Because boy, I took a leap, and I said, "Here's my 2 weeks," and I was gone. So, and from there it was like when I tell you, I mean, the plan wasn't like how I plan on a day to day now, but it was just like I gotta make this work. How am I going to do this? Like they say, a plan, something, something without a plan to fail. What's the first 2 words? Something, 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 plan. You want plan to fail. Don't quote me. I know what the quote is.
Self-love starts with family and your upbringing. You can either change and do better or settle.
Yeah, well, people aren't doing that. So we are here to tell you if you are watching this video and you have some issues with knowing your worth, and it starts with yourself. Look at the people, man, even down to the freaking songs that I listen to. I could easily be like, oh my God. Like I was okay. Let me give you another example. We were selling hoodies last year, and I had a hoodie that said toxic. Do y'all remember that? If y'all remember that, now my other cousin was like she knew the situation, but I was in a toxic place, like mind state at the time. And I wasn't promoting being toxic. You know what I'm saying? I was like, we always ask for um we always ask for a warning label. So if you see the toxic sign, it's in a warning sign,
Mhm.
and it says toxic.
And
It's clear.
it was reflective.
It was
at that.
reflective. It was bright. You know, it can't get no brighter.
It's bright.
I'm telling you, I'm in a toxic place. I'm letting you know. So anybody that come my way, you liable to be in some toxic shit right now. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't promoting the situation itself. Like I say, I was promoting the fact that I was just and
That's how you felt. And
then, but I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna express it through my clothing. However, now I wouldn't put that shirt on. I wouldn't put that hoodie on.
But it's
I just look at
surprising
it.
how many more people that it attracted. You
It
know what I'm
did.
saying? That were also in toxic situations. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because that motherfucker selling.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, okay.
So now I'm looking at it and I'm like,
You also have to be honest with yourself. Let's be real. A lot of the time we exhibit the toxic traits we claim to hate out, yet believe we are in.
look, what's going? You is. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I ain't wait.
I have to read it again.
Don't laugh at me, y'all. Like, okay, wait. I'm a Google queen. Okay, but I know how do you pronounce it? I don't even know that. Infallible.
So, what I say?
Don't judge me, y'all. If it don't click, I go, man. I don't give two shits. I'm gonna go find it out.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you.
Thank
you. Just say thank you. So yeah. Oh, and another thing with self. Okay, so some signs like for me, I didn't mean not knowing, or I had a low self value, self worth. I don't think I had no self esteem, no self value. I think my value or my frequency was low. How about that?
Okay.
When people would compliment me,
Mm-hmm.
I would not know how to, Lord, I wouldn't know how. I didn't know how to say thank you. So last year,
Really?
hell no. Without saying, man, you look good too. I have to come back with something. I just never could just receive a thank you. I mean, I could never just give a thank you when someone complimented me. It was never that situation ever. You could just say thank you and keep it on.
Yeah. I don't say thank you because someone told me don't to not say thank you. Say I appreciate you. So I've been saying that for the longest. I say I appreciate you and keep it moving.
I appreciate you. Somebody made me. Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't know. I listen. It's hard keeping up with everybody. I feel like, and I know myself situation, my self worth situation came from my, it started in my childhood because playing basketball.
When you're broken, you don't see kindness the same way. When you're broken, you don't see kindness the same way.
I don't know, Tony. I was broken and still was putting people still before me. I wasn't now. Now that I put myself before people, I ain't too kind to people. It's like, I mean, even now, so when I started dating again, when I got into the date world, it was just like people around me was just like, because I didn't have time for them no more. You know what I'm saying? I was always available. Yeah, it doesn't.
Broken doesn't mean selfless.
It doesn't. You're right. My massage therapy instructor told me that. They saw right through my eyes. See that, man?
Broken people tend to try to fix others.
Indeed. And you need to fix yourself. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing for these last 3 years. Well, let's just say last year because I was fucked for a whole year. But I am on a whole different mentality. I'm just different. But I am happy. Let's just say that. Every day I just think about how I used to cry out just wanting to be able to sleep at night. Like, can I just sleep through the night, the entire night without waking up with intrusive thoughts or uh, uh, just it's mainly the intrusive thoughts. Like, how can I be asleep and wake up thinking about or have a whole thought about somebody?
Mm.
Annoying.
Some people who are broken show the love they want to receive.
That's a fact.
They are giving, nurturing, loving, very patient, and they take more than most because they want someone to give them what they give.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. In the moment you don't give them what they want,
So, I mean, really.
no, not this one. I applaud you for loving yourself though and over your pain.
Oh, it's still, I'm still,
Patient.
I'm still, and the thing is, I'm not, I'm healing. I'm not completely healed. Um, and I think this is gonna take some time because every day I'm reminded of something like, damn, like this self love, this whole self love situation. Like before I actually got into therapy, I was just saying squirt. I was doing mirror therapy before I actually got into therapy, and I was trying to figure out where did this all come from, and I realized if anybody knows anything about me, I played basketball. Basketball was my first love. It's all I knew. When you hear me say I ain't watch movies and shit like that, or I don't know certain shit, it's because I was playing basketball. I was always on the court. I was always outside balling. And coming up around your peers, when you had the skill that others didn't have, I didn't want to be pointed out all the time. Like people used to be like, the coaches would be like, give Keisha the ball. No, I'm like, no, you're putting too much on me, my guy. Like, we're a whole team. Like, don't put too much on me. It has been like that for me for a very long time. And I'll get into that another day, because it's deeper. It's way deeper than this. But I can say I was worried and concerned how that looked. How I gotta when we taking trips, I sleep in the room with these girls, man. And I'm like, I don't want them to feel no type of way. So even when I didn't have to pass the ball to them, I did. I gave them the opportunity. I gave them a chance because they was putting so much on me. You know what I'm saying? They wanted me to carry all the weight, not realizing it's five of us on the court right now. Don't put this shit all on me. You know what I'm saying? I always stopped putting me out there like this. And I couldn't say that back then. I didn't even know it, but now I see what it is and how it's made me who I am right now.
Self love has no expiration date. You're never finished on your journey to being a better you. I've been working on me for years and I'm nowhere near done, but by the grace, I'm in a place where I'm fuckwittable.
I'm unfuckwittable.
Unfuckwittable now. You will be there too. Just keep pouring into yourself.
Straight facts. Straight facts. And I already know. Like I said, the more and more I pour into myself, things that don't belong go, flow out the fucking way. They don't even come my way. Straight like that. Like it just doesn't. I speak, but I encourage anybody all day. But I've never had hate in my heart or none of that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't change who I am necessarily. Like I just put myself first. But spend a little bit more time. And the thing is, I spent a little bit more time, even outside of dating women. I used to like if I break up with somebody, I ain't just jump into another relationship. That was never me. You know what I'm saying? I always gave it time because I'm just like, and I ain't never want nobody to feel like a rebound because I never want to be a rebound for anyone.
Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately, people, tend to do that. That might not be your intention, but for some it is.
So
Say that might never be your intention to make someone a rebound, but don't mean then.
right, but see, and it's also too why I ask questions about people. Like I always used to ask myself why I keep dating these women who, when I ask them questions, it's striking nerve, it's hitting nerves. Like it's because I was digging too deep. I was going to, I was trying to get to. They like you trying to find my flaws. No, I'm just trying to figure out why we coming across each other. Because what the fuck we got? What do we have a life? What do we like? I mean, and how are we compatible, basically? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did I walk into life and why did you walk into mine? I will ask those and randomly, like, if the shit comes to me, I'm like, I don't know where this came from, but and it's like, okay, now you touching on some shit. But see,
Mm-hmm.
me touching on some shit allowed me to get into why I had to stop myself. Like it's, I ain't gonna lie to you. Isn't it crazy how people come into your life literally? Like there are people sent into your life to teach you a fucking lesson.
Mm-hmm.
That is so. I've said that many nights. Like God,
Sometimes you gotta go through boot camp.
do you really love me? Because why would I ain't do nothing to no one? Why would you send somebody? Why did you take time out your day to create this person and send them my way? And that's why I used to tell myself when I was younger, man, look, God put me through some things because you know I could, and everybody else, because He knew. I'm like, but the kind of hurt that I get, I didn't deserve that shit.
Right.
How would you say me?
But he took it to like it was levels to that shit. That's what I was saying. It's like going through boot camp. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we be asking the questions, but the answer was always there. We just never paid attention. So it's like, damn, why I keep going through this? Just like I had a conversation recently. You keep going through this shit because you got to do something different. The you know you always put yourself second in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So when you put yourself in second, guess where you gonna stay at? Second. You're not gonna ever be, ever put yourself first. And that's why you keep going through the shit you're going through. You have to pay attention that it's not the people per se. It was what they came to show you, you know what I mean? What you were supposed to take from the last two is like, all right, I'm gonna throw this your way. Fail.
But see, I'm gonna touch on that. Hold on, because Keita said something. Hold on.
Some people are your karmic cycles. You have the right to protect your peace. So ask all the questions you need to be comfortable with allowing them to share your space. You have to go through a test to have a testimony. Be specific in your ask when it comes to people.
So, all right. So, right. If you are watching this and you realize that you are going through the same shit, obviously it's you, and it's a lesson that you haven't learned yet.
Right.
Now, was it put to me that way? No.
Right.
But because I asked so many questions, I did say even with me thinking that I was in love, or like I'm at a point now where I don't even know what being in love is. Like I'm just like, am I really? What is being in love? Like what is love? Like it being in love. Like what is that? So because I'm where I am now, that wasn't love. Like I love them, like just loving them as people, or potentially on who they could be or who I thought the idea of what they could be, not loving them for who I was loving them where they was at. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that they could be more with me in their life. That's how I feel. And then how my therapist was like, well, what move? He was like, why do you think you were that much? And I was like, you the same person that asked me what's my value. I think I'm that motherfucker. Yes, they sent you to me.
Do you still go to the therapist?
I haven't. No, we haven't. No.
Oh, okay.
Switch your for two. All right. But yes, I started being very specific in my askings, Keita, because yeah, I was like, look, listen, I didn't ask this when it was for me. You know how people don't really start changing to let's use health wise. Till you start going to the doctors and then they like, you obese, right? It takes for them to be like, you about to be on 12 different medicines before you want to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. I ain't a fan of that. Like, so, but I will say when it came to my relationships, those I was the weakest. Like, when it comes to my health, you need to know I'm gonna switch a rule up real quick. But I wasn't putting my health with relation. I wouldn't. It wasn't. It didn't make sense at the time. Like, but when it started to drain me, but again, it took for a friend who just her talking to me became draining. I was like, in my body, I started feeling physically. I was like, I don't. You give me a headache when I talk to you. I don't even want to listen to your stories no more. It's time to cut this. You know what I'm saying? That's when it started there. So from there, I started paying attention to how I feel around people intentionally. It started becoming, it wasn't I knew it was something about them. No, I thought about it because of how they made me feel in the room or how their presence. That's where I'm at in my life now. That's where my vibrations are now. This is where my frequency are now. Where I'm like, oh no. Intentional, very intentional about my time, my space, my energy, and all that, and who I give it to, who I'm choosing. If I did this because I chose to, and it's always been that, but it's levels to it. So yeah, you have to write to please question. Yes, I ask all the questions. A bad relationship can cause health issues. Trust me. So that's what I was. That's where I was trying to go with that. I wasn't putting those two together. That me being my health. Like I'm like, soon as I feel like something ain't right with me, or if I'm just like, man, I just want to lose some weight, I'll quickly want to change. I'll change my eating. I'll start working out, do whatever. But I wasn't putting the relating the two together. Like unhealthy relationship, my health could be bad. Yeah, that's probably why the hell my ass was obese, eating. And I mean, but then at one point I was so lovesick that I wasn't eating and I lost a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? 2019. I lost, I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Looking back at those pictures, I'm like, cannot. When you stop eating, what's going on? Hey, mama. When you stop eating, and you know something ain't right with my ass anyway. But, you know, was I going to let it break me? And then I will say, um, because someone had brought this to my attention, this self-worth situation, and he was saying like, why do people stay? Basically, why do people stay in relationships? Um, it's obviously because they don't know their self-worth, or they just don't want to be lonely and they just deal with whatever. But my situation, what happened in my situation, I ain't gonna lie, my ego and my pride was bruised, right? So in order for me to get that back, I had to stay back a little. I had to stay in it. I had to do whatever. So let's just say when dealing with the person and the people that I was dealing with, traits, narcissist behavior, and all of that shit, I then became them because I wasn't protecting my energy. I literally absorbed and became who they were. Um, just so I can get my energy back, just so I can get my power back. Because it was, when I tell you, like, sometimes I didn't even recognize myself doing the things that I was doing because I'm like, it's not me. I was too much. I was mirroring them that I forgot who I was. But I can feel it. I'm like, this is draining. This is not me. Like, I'm checking your phone, bro. Like, what? What the fuck am I doing that for? Like, if I got to do that with anybody now, you need to know that's gonna cause a trigger, and I'm not gonna want to deal with you. So you guys, I'm telling you, I can feel this shit. If you look like you switch up on me, that's how bad it is now. It's I don't know if it's how I'm learning to deal with it now. But if someone switches on me, if you go from not being consistent, if you just switch up a little bit, I'm telling you, it's just I'm gonna switch up too.
Stress can manifest itself in your body. When I say a bit almost killed me, out of all she put me through, I knew it was to leave and put me first. I'm right with you. I know that. I want to see y'all when I come home Thursday.
Oh, bad. Thursday.
Friday.
Yeah. Okay. Um, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you are staying in a situation because, um, and if you're not asking yourself these questions, it's because you choosing not to. You trying to ignore it. You just trying to push it to the side because you don't. Let me tell you. Oh my God. I can't say that I didn't want to stay in those situations. Like I said, it was my ego and my pride that I was like, I want my power back. When I had to literally stand and face them in their face and be like, without saying fuck you, because I don't really necessarily like that, even though they deserved it. I'm like, hey, never call me again. This time it was serious. It wasn't with an attitude. It was just like, you'll never hear from me again. And I meant it with everything in me because I got my power back. I realized I didn't want no revenge. I just really just wanted to please walk away and just focus on me. And I'm gonna tell you, boy, that might try to throw a little curveball in there, throw another little situation. You be like, no, this looks familiar. Don't ignore that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you will be tested when you are working on you. When you throw it in the atmosphere that you want better for yourself, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tried. You're going to go through so much. But in the end, it's going to make you stronger, wiser, and better overall. You know what I'm saying? Like but you gotta want to do that work.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we don't want to do the work. And I really feel like when we just take the time to actually just stop, ask these questions. Am I happy? Why am I here? Why are we dealing with each other? And especially if you know you don't. I'm telling you, God, we know. We know we ain't got to stay in these situations. We choosing to. It's a choice. You're choosing to stay in a situation. I know what I know. I chose to stay in all my situations because I was being prideful and whatever. Like I overlooked so much. I was with a girl one time just for her looks. Mm. I can't even say, oh, because of sex. No, it was literally just because of I was, I just wanted a nice arm, not somebody on my arm, just nice. Not even for no other reason, but then I would be in bed like, he better off his friends. Yeah, but then convince me, like, no, like that's not what I want from you. Like, I want more. I'm like, oh damn, you really sure? So it's just me. I really ignored that shit. Like, I really thought it was just me because too, I'm an overthinker. I'm like, man, all it is.
Man, it's some good ass actors out here. I'll tell you that much. That shit there is a real thing.
And I ain't never want to hurt nobody's feelings. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? When you know, it's just like, how do you have that conversation with somebody that you know? Can you imagine marrying somebody that you think you want to like spend the rest of your life with, and then boom, having to say like that you don't, that's not what you want no more. Like, how
People
do you
do that
do
all
that?
the time.
Who?
People.
No, not without cheating and go being like, you know what? I don't think this is this. I don't think we should do this. This is wrong. I'm not happy for it. People doing that?
I'm pretty sure it's people that's doing that shit. Especially in gay marriages. Because I done seen so
All
many
them gay
gay
marriages,
marriages
they
and
be
they're
cheating and
divorced.
they right. But I'm wondering, can you
Or
just
they just did it because everybody else was doing
yeah,
it. And
well,
that's stupid.
that's not again. That's a part of. I don't know because I'm not one that I don't believe in divorce, bro. Like, you're not divorcing now. The thing is, it's just I guess I shouldn't say that, but I don't because then I'll be scared to say things like that and then get married and then
Go through it.
they gotta go through it.
Mm.
So, but no, but I would like. How can you really just sit down and talk to somebody about like people can't? It's hard to talk to people these days. I know
They
because
gotta be
people tell
willing
me,
to listen.
yeah, but even myself, like we say all the time, what level of understanding is this conversation happening right now? Are we talking to a brick wall? Or we're talking to a human.
Exactly. What situation was that? Oh yeah, the a friend of mine who's going through some stuff. You know what I mean? She got people who care about her, you know what I mean, dearly. Like she's a real good hearted person and one killer fly, she seen one. And the thing was like one of her friends wanted to go and say something to her situation and, for me, I didn't want to say anything because I felt like, what was the point of giving energy to somebody who won't even listen to you? So if she not listening to you, she ain't gonna listen to me. So what's the point of me talking to her, even trying to reach out? For what? No, when I could just pray for the lady, pray for you, and hope all is well. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you have to know when to give your energy. And ask yourself, is it even worth me giving? Because I feel a lot of shit ain't worth me giving my energy to. You know why? Because I'm not obligated and I don't have to. I have a choice, I have a decision. And I realize a lot of times that's what we don't even understand back then, that we had a choice. We just chose to stay.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if it's because you felt like you was gonna be lonely and it just meant anything to have somebody next to. But man, I'm trying to tell you, what I was scared of was knowing what it felt like to be without and then just shutting off the world. That's what I was afraid of. I felt like I was just gonna shut the world off and just be me and be great and then be, you know what I'm saying? Like I just thought, but I was like, there's no way. I got too much love in me. Like I want a family. That's something I never even thought about having. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about it. I never thought about marriage. Always wanted a kid, but or two or three.
Three.
But never to just say I'm gonna get married and be for real. 'Cause especially a lot of the women that I dealt with were bisexual. And they never. That had another thing. I'll tell you, I'm not been on another female that's going to put me in a situation where it's like, damn, only you was a dude.
Hmm. But I'm not. I'll never be.
Hold on. You mean if you? Yeah, that's what I'm looking. I ain't looking at it like, man, I'm just gonna hit you. No more. No, I'm not doing it. No more. And I'm way past it. I'm not even going back to those situations. Just so that's not happening. Like, no.
Mm-mm. I feel like a lot of people give them the discount. Them like you like motherfuckers be talking that good game. You know what I mean? And you give them the discount.
Right.
I'm
You
not
know why
giving
they
nobody
say
no discount.
you can actually find out somebody real true, like true them in 3 months. Don't ask the right question. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you
And
good thing.
some people say this like there's this person will show them this person that they're not.
Who you are.
They're showing this person that they're not. Like you be like, oh my god, I felt like an angel fell from the sky, and like my blessing dropped right in my hands. They play this whole
If look, I'm gonna kill you. If no, remember that.
okay.
If those words come out your mouth, you better watch out. Those are my exact words. She came out of nowhere. They sent you for a test. Your
Uh
ass.
huh. Uh huh. But then it's like you fall for that shit. You fall for what they showing you, and you missing what they telling you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we fall deaf to ears. Sometimes when people be talking that good shit, and if you that vulnerable, you can miss them signs because the flag's always there. They always gonna be there.
Good. Green, yellow, red. I'm gonna tell you. I asked my situation because shit happens all day long, and again, because of what I've been through, I'm just always like, hey, second time. So, did I do anything to get on your nerves? If
Mm-hmm.
so, how did you feel? Okay, did I make you feel any type of way about anything that I said? Did I project anything on you? Like I am like when I tell you there's so much to talk about, there's so much to do, like especially when you get to know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And it also helps them learn like some people never been through this, and that's another thing too. Like, whoa, dealing with somebody who's never like really been through, with like really had no huge trauma. Like, and not saying that only a person that can
Right.
be on, you can be on the same level, understand what I'm going through. Nah, I thought that's what I thought I had to deal with somebody who knew or been through the trauma that I've been through to really understand.
Mm, that sounds like a place for the God.
No, but not if not if you are healing and working on yourself. So if I meet someone like me, well, to meet someone like me, that's something I want. Like something I hope for. Someone who loves like I love, like who cares and gives, and who consider, who loves themselves the way I love them, who's not insecure about who they are. That I remember a female told me in my inbox. I mean, she told me she never wanted to come holler at me because she she felt like she wasn't at my level. I said, listen, I'm gonna be honest. That was the biggest time I played. I love you. You telling me because in my mind you said that to see, or I can be like, why would you think something like? No, I'm never gonna give you that. I'm gonna tell you, sweetheart, that was not even cute. Thought you was on you. You ain't think you was on my level. What I do? And I'm like, I mean, I feel that good about myself, but when I'm not you, that's your own perception of me. So I'm not about to let you. So I'm like, so if you wanted to holler at me, you should just came with something better than that. But
That bitch just walked you to the touchdown line and handed you the ball.
too easy. Give me a challenge.
Mm-mm. You know what I always say? I always tell my friends this, and I'm gonna say the same thing. If you're in a situation where you feel like I'm not gonna say you feel like, you're in a toxic situation, toxic relationship, toxic workplace, just anything, and this person is talking to you any kind of way or treating you any kind of way, let's say mistreating, okay? Ask yourself this question. If I say something, or Keisha say something to you that this person has said to you, or if I or Keisha did something to you that this person did to you, and mind you, we're not in no relationship or anything like that. How would your reaction be different from how you respond to them to how if we did it? I always tell my friends that I be on the phone like, son, some shit, and I say, son, now if I said that to you, you'll knock my fucking head off, right?
I want to.
Hell yeah. So if it's not okay for me to do it, why is it okay for this person to do it to you?
Yeah, you dealt with those situations. If you comment,
I dealt with a lot of things, but the difference, I tried something different this time
what?
from where I used to be. I know where I went wrong. I know where I have to take accountability for my part into my past situation. I knew I had to put me first. I knew I had to take time out to myself. I never gave myself a vacay. A me cat. Not a vacay, not a vacay, but a me cat. Okay?
You got it.
I had to take time out for myself. I had to breathe. Okay? I had to peel back a couple of layers to really understand what went wrong and what I needed to work on before I got into the next thing. I knew that shit back then wasn't meant to work because it just never did. If it was going to work, it would work, but it didn't. But here I am, 10 years later, married.
Mm-hmm.
Not even planning for 2 years like I did with the last. But in a matter of what, less than a year, it happened. We didn't just talk about it. We talked and we walked and we did. I came, I saw, I conquered. I just feel like, for me, I had choices and I chose to stay. I had reasons, but again, that was on me. It still fell on me because if I wanted out, I could have got out. A lot of people put that fear in us. You ever hear about those women that be with them abusive men and they make those excuses? They gonna run their homegirl with sunglasses on because the nigga done blacked her out, greened her out, red her out, purple her out. Mm-hmm. And the first thing she says, her friends on the, you know, the fence, like, hold up, bitch. No, the fuck he didn't. Look at me. Oh hell no, Catrice. We about to go. Catrice. Yeah, we got to go. What are you doing, bitch? Let's go get your baby. No, he said he didn't mean it. It was the last time. Some people gonna say, no, that bitch is dumb. But there's something that she didn't, she doesn't realize about herself. She don't know her worth. She don't know how strong she is if she walk out that door. You know what I mean? Then you had the stories where you do walk out the door and what happens? That might be their last straw. You got what is it called? A snapped segment. That's because it took all the time for them to understand that it's okay to just step out the door. They ain't had the courage that they had at that time that they had back then. What I'm saying is, there's a lot of women who still going through the shit. There's some men who going through shit like this. You know what I mean?
That's what you know.
The thing is, get help. Tell somebody. Talk to someone. If you don't know the proper steps, talk to someone. Do not be afraid to say anything before it's too late.
And to the person receiving the message, listen, y'all. Some people are afraid. If you know, and y'all watching the news alone is showing you what they want us to see. But again, there are many people who are losing their life over abuse, domestic relationship. Domestic abuse. So, listen, okay, hear a person out. Let that person be able to talk to you. Like, even though if it's your friend, and you know your friend is going through something. Like, I really don't know. Um, I chose to walk away from a friend of mine who continuously talked to me about emotional abuse to the point it just wasn't for me. That's what the draining. Like, I've been there as a friend for her many, many years, just talking. Then I shut up, okay? And then I just started listening. She used to be like, no, no, no. And she's used to me going off at her. And then I'm like, she's like, are you listening? I'm like, yes, I'm listening this time. No more talking. I'm not talking about it because when I was giving you advice, it wasn't making any sense. I was giving you advice. And I give you advice and you like, you go sit down with your nigga and be like, or your girlfriend and be like, yeah, Keisha was right. You is a dog. Or Keisha, like, so now they looking at me and I could give two shits because I'm right. But you're saying that and only to stay there. For what? Why are you staying in the situation? And they don't care because now you didn't say everything that you said to them and you still there. Right. Just because Keisha said it. So because now you doing that and you're still choosing him, I'm going to choose me. I don't want to walk away from the situation because you are now throwing shit out in the game, and that was the straw for me saying that I said that he was abusive. I said that he put his hands on you. He was putting his hands through the wall. And I was afraid for my friend whose life. So I don't really know how to come about this situation because I feared for her. I was scared. All I could do was pray and hope that she got out of the situation. But again, she chose this man over me, and I just couldn't understand what was going on. So when she came at me with the, oh yeah, You said that he putting his hands on me. I never told nobody that. And to say exactly what I said would help, but at the end of the day, I'm not even in a place to even want to defend myself because guess what? You gonna stay anyway, and I'm gonna walk away. Is that a real number?
Mm-hmm. They're open 24 hours.
The bottom, hold on. Bottom line, we wake up to two things, and those are decision and choice. And whatever choice you make, remember that you have to live with that decision for the rest of your life.
That's true.
Thank you, cuz.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, if you know somebody who's going through, mm, is dealing with domestic, and you want to remain anonymous, I find out. Yep. I mean, I just believe. I just want to make things. Mm-hmm. But you know, some people don't take shit serious. Like I said, you watch so much shit happening nowadays. People dying just because they thought you was cheating or they thought they
Mm-hmm.
had their own. Like you, it's crazy out here. And some
I know
people,
y'all be watching Criminal Minds. Y'all know that and SVU and stuff. Them some stories. Them real stories.
and these are the stories. Boom, boom.
Mm-hmm. What you like that? Criminal Minds or SVU?
Girl, I watch both of them. Ain't no better. I would switch the swap. I would
I
go
like both
next.
of them too, but I noticed lately with Criminal Minds that irritates me is like me in the car. Yeah, no, she's actually stems from the 90s of when she was living with her parents in their basement and they had, you know, situations, and then pause and then you say something. Like these niggas literally take turns talking.
So what for me, I like with SVU. I mean, cause who doesn't love Olivia?
I love SVU.
And
I love the fact that they take it to court and stuff.
yeah, but so the situation is what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially like little girls and shit being molested and doing and those anything that looked like them being in a small room. I just got tired of crying every fucking episode. I'm just sitting here like
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my childhood space like
Mm-hmm. You like off of it's probably a bad thing to use, but it's almost like Freddie versus Jason. Remember when Freddie poured the water over Jason and he was just that kid again?
yeah. That's how it is when I even down to when I hear about little girls going missing. I'm like, yo, am I tripping wanting to know where the fuck when y'all find these kids where they was at and give us some more insight and now not just found because hello when we were sharing this shit out these fucking it was I was in like especially when it hit it's close home I be wanting to know where the fuck do these kids where do your kids be at.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But anybody, yeah, talks. I mean, the one thing I know, my pastor told me I was courageous for speaking up at the age that I was when that happened to
Yeah,
me.
some
So
people don't.
I know, and even down to now, as adults who did not speak up, I know people's stories, and I'm like, I wish I was your woman. I wish I could speak for you. I wish you would have been said something. But people have to go through their own stuff. They have to go through their things, and they have to figure these things out. You know, and yeah.
Then you have them stories that some are just okay with it.
Mm, mm, mm. So know your worth, man. Knowing where this all stems from, too, helps. Like so, just looking back at everything is your upbringing. I know we already said it, but we just want that's where it stems from.
It
Like yeah.
definitely starts there.
It didn't happen overnight. Let's just say that you didn't learn these things overnight. You know, you were some years programmed with a lot of things, but um, yeah, we it started in our childhood, your upbringing, how you were raised. Yeah, you can kind of tap in there. Some people don't remember that too. They don't. They can't go as far as they. I know people that just don't even want to deal with that shit. Even now, like dealing with. I always used to ask myself, why do I like older women? Love them. Everything is a non-behavioral trauma response. Facts. I used to say to myself, why do I keep attracting these older women? And I realized, just like between like my mom, like not having my mom, like in the way others had theirs and stuff like that. So for me, it's just like it was like mother, like yeah, I had my aunt. You know what I'm saying? The question is, we talking about self worth, and we just talking about knowing our self worth. Do you know your self worth? When did you notice, or what have you been through to for you to even recognize? Oh, you cool, you cool. Welcome, thank you for coming in though. Yeah, we just talking about
What road did you have to take to get to your self worth?
that part right there.
What was your travel like?
Man, I realized one of my friends, I know I'm jumping topics, but like, I mean, not topics, but stories. But I just told Squirt the other day, like, oh, son, we was talking about boundaries and shit. I have a boundary I need to place in my friendship right now. Because, but it took for me to go through, for me to realize, so I took this time away from people and I'm going through what I'm just focusing on me. So then I'm like, okay, I'm getting back in the groove of things, and boom, conversation happened. Oh, such and such this, such and such that. I'm like, triggering. Wait a minute, hold up. Now I have to set a boundary because I'm going through. I'm still healing. And I just don't want to hear about nobody I'm not dealing with. That's my business. Good luck to them and whatever they have going on in life. But they have me blocked, and I mean, I'm not blocked. I don't have anyone blocked because no one's that important for me to like to have to take time to go hit the block button. You're never that important. But they have me blocked for a reason. I don't know their business, and I'm not talking to them for a reason. So I would appreciate it if you do not bring them up. If you want to continue the friendship with me, don't bring up my exes or anything else. I don't want to hear about that.
I attract emotionally unavailable people because my dad has never been. I am learning my self worth on a second basis because it's like I learn, then I forget, then I remember. Like I'm gathering small pieces that make up a bigger piece, like breadcrumbs, and I'm the whole loaf this entire time.
Yep.
I realized my self worth in 2018.
So everybody knows, like, I don't know, I'm telling you, it's something that happened between 2018, 19, 20, where, and people go through, I'm just saying, like, our generation, something happened.
That's true.
Because
Something shifted.
I'm telling you, man, like, even down to the women, I was dating older women that were 10 years older than me, and I would, and then and talking to them, they was like, "What do you want to? I don't want to change. Like, I don't want to talk about that. Like, get it out. Don't talk to me about that. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to change. I want to do what I like to do." And they stuck in their ways. I'm like, "Oh, that's not going to make you a better person. Ignoring your shit." But I realized these women are older.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find somebody in my age range. But I was attracting the same. I was attracting people. Oh, I'm gonna tell you what I was attracting. I was attracting all my fears, fear of abandonment without explanation, like just gone, up, leave, go. I'm telling you that very fucking thing happened. Um, I done feel. What else? Um, mother like nurturers. Who? Um, see, the thing is too. I know I was sent in their life for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
but they missed the pick. They missed it.
Attracting what we most need help in.
Yeah, like I mean, well, I wanted, well, it wasn't my mother's fault, but I wanted to be so we can face it. I,
Mm, I think.
yeah, you gotta face your fear for real. Anything that you've been through, or you need anything that's to strengthen you. Like I feel like even looking at the people that's in my life for a good, they're for a healthy space. Like the person I'm talking to now, like I feel like she's in my life for the reason that she's in my life for. Like I'm on a healthier, because I'm in a healthier space now. But I also look when I'm like, okay, I'm still cautious of certain things. Because like I said, it was a boomerang in
Mm-hmm.
two of those situations in the past, and I'm just like, but no, she ain't nothing like the past, and I can't keep giving so
The
much to
past,
the
right?
past too, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm in a whole different space
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yep.
Like so.
When you give your past that energy, it become your future.
Yeah, and trust me, my past been trying to sneak. I gotta tell you a story, man. This ain't for y'all. Yeah.
Somebody on the other side eating a bag of vegan chips saying, "Tell us, Keith."
She just came for you, Sky. She just came for you, Sky. So, self, some ways that you can increase your self worth is knowing, just knowing what you need. I wrote down some notes.
You are irritating.
I'm picture that.
I can have you don't have a name.
Um,
Every time them joints flip, I be singing a song in my head.
Damn, I ain't write it down. Okay, well, just know what you need. Hey, vegan chips are
I was
good.
talking about keto.
Vita key, Vita, keto vegan. How well are you connected to yourself? Like, do you know your needs? Do you
Oh
know
yeah.
what's best for you?
Yes.
And then, do you have the ability to put yourself first? Like, if you are the giver, always giving,
Mm.
what my dude say? You keep giving. I'm gonna gotcha. I'm like, gotcha.
All right.
I'm gonna get you, because gotcha. No, for real. If you are always the person that's giving, and you ask yourself why you do this, why you do this so much,
You're not receiving.
and you're not getting back the love that you put in,
I feel like
and then we go on social media and be like, I'm tired of this. I don't like this. I don't like that. If you don't like it, then do something about it. I told you, I've never been the one to really complain. Even when I find myself, I remember when I did post some shit on fucking social media. Like, I didn't, not say I didn't have, I talked to you, but it was like, I talked to you in good for 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, how do you motherfuckers that know that motherfucker that I was posting ain't shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I wanted everybody to know. She ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, now I'm just like, ooh, cringy. Ooh, I wish I never did it. I wish some people never even seen me in the ways that people seen. Because I'm telling you,
But if you never did it.
I made people exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I made people hate people. Listen, girls were scared to come. You know how you go back to your ex? I'm not the ex you can come back because I done made everybody around me hate your ex. They don't. They ain't like you in the first place.
No.
They only dealt with you because
I
they
want to
was
say hate. I want to say,
They
hey,
ain't care for your
they
ass.
don't, y'all just ain't find y'all self worth. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a lot of, y'all gotta go to boot camp. Y'all need to go to boot camp because I used to say that shit about my past situations, and I can't really say people are bad people. They just need to know.
People know what the fuck they be doing.
No, they do, but they need to understand that you're not gonna get your blessings by continuing the shit you doing. You know what I mean? All you doing is digging a grave for yourself. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna meet that right person who might not do a lot of talking. You know what I mean? The next episode of Snap, here we are.
Yeah, I mean, but
I just
it's
say
hard.
everybody
My
need
situation.
everybody need to
Cut rope. Yeah.
everybody need to
And they
work on
probably
themselves.
see this video and probably like, yes, he's talking about me.
It's given.
Giving life.
It's
No,
given.
it's dead, baby.
It's given.
My peace.
It's given 50 shades of bullshit. But
50 Shades, I'm not happy. If you're smiling right now, anybody I go with, and you know the situation, and you're smiling, you need help. That's all I would say. I mean,
oh man.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, I used to think people used to just want to get with me.
Fuck that. You walking around thinking you perfect.
I'm perfect for whoever I'm dealing with.
Yeah, for what you're dealing with, but you thinking you just the perfect person. Oh, fucking wow, word, like you don't make motherfucking mistakes.
Yeah, I don't know nobody like that.
I know plenty.
People, people
Feeling
walking around like
themselves. Feeling themselves. Feeling
people,
themselves.
people walking around like that.
Yes.
I swear that's why I deal with. I used to deal with certain women who never was told no.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
I
like
was
that.
that one. Be like, oh,
No,
you must get it from you must want to get it from somewhere else because
it's a no for
earned.
me.
It's earned over here, sweetheart.
Like
I
it's
just
a
don't
no for
give.
me.
It's not gonna give you anything. I thought people used to say to me, "How you supposed to do X, Y, and Z if you don't buy them?" I'm like, listen, if you go
What?
into buying a female, like then she's getting on mine. That's what she liking you for. The things you do for her. Not even for liking you. She might not even like your ass, but your money look
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
No, who do you see me? You see me? You know me. You gonna know what you're gonna get out of the situation. If you don't see me, then you're not gonna see nothing else. Cause I know people that buy people. Like I could never want to. That's a never fear. I've been getting in a whole argument with the girl. And she was like, and you ain't gonna never be shit. I mean, you ain't gonna never you never gonna find the right one because you don't do this and you don't do that. I was like, no, that's only for my wife to know. Account, social, and all that. You won't have you. There's not a female that can walk around here. Probably one thinks she know it. Thinks she know my. If she's gonna know, she know my social security number. I'm fine. But there's not a female who can say or will have my future feel any type of way because she's gonna be the only woman that has had any of that. Access to the account, last name, all that. I'm one. So I'm okay about be okay with
I feel
not
special.
everybody. Be okay with everyone not knowing who the real you. Everybody
You're
don't
talking about
deserve
me.
it. Everybody don't deserve
Because I
that.
know it all.
Everybody don't deserve your energy. So if you sitting around thinking why motherfuckers don't like you and all that, because you ain't for that person and be okay with it. I'm giving you permission.
Mm-hmm.
I've always told people I used to tell them who I was talking about the friend I had who she used to be like, I just wanted to do X, Y, and Z with this one guy. And I was like, maybe you're only supposed to do it with your husband. Maybe you're only supposed to share that moment with the one that really loves you, who's going to appreciate um or why he do this with her but not with me.
Because it wasn't you. See, I'm so honest. I know when to turn your woman off, so I'm gonna say straight up. Like I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
I mean, I don't.
Because it's not supposed to be you.
Yeah, but you sometimes, when you say that, they don't hear that. Obviously, they know that.
Well,
They just feel like, what is it about me? They want to hear something different.
well, there I go
I
through
be
it.
trying. I used to try and meet people that was that, and I'm like, this is. I'm not going to come down here because you're not up here with me. And I used to make me feel like I thought I was better than. I used to feel that way. So like, get your shit together, bro. Like, but and that's why I know people. I'm look down on from people that was in my circle because they know what I've been through. They know a little bit more. Y'all know the old me.
Right.
Clear.
Right.
I don't know this new piece. I just don't. I just don't. Mm-mm.
People quick to abuse the word. Oh, they done switched up.
Was I not? When I wanted change, I needed to switch up. I had to do a little thing or two. And I was picking me and not choosing you. I had to do a thing or two. And I chose me because I didn't choose you. I rhymed a little bit right. All things like, I gotta change it, bro.
Why? I know where they are. What? What's up?
It just stopped
Huh?
the hand.
It scratched your hand?
Like, I felt my face and it was like, so I was like, ugh, hair. Anyway,
Yeah, paper cut.
say some affirmations to yourself. People, if you want to increase your self-worth, speak less self-doubt. Know that you can have anything that you want, anything that you put your mind to, especially if it's for you to have it. Like, there's a reason why you had the thoughts that you have. I ain't gonna lie, I had a dream the other day, and I was like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. I'm gonna talk to you about it afterwards, but I'm just trying to figure out why. I look at everything, and I'm like, I didn't do security for pay. Back then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I investigate myself. So just like we go and investigate these goddamn phones, we investigate these goddamn phones, goddamn, and trying to figure out what your female or
I
your
don't feel
male
like
doing.
I gotta do that.
Do that shit to yourself. Ask
I
yourself,
don't
why
feel
do
like
you have to do that?
I don't feel like I gotta do that at all. I feel like if you feel like you gotta do that, that's flag on the plate.
But there's other ways there's more things than just looking at your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, or people what if they don't, it's just themselves. Like, they don't like, you don't necessarily have to just go to a fucking phone to that can be a red flag, yes. There are other things that you're doing, creating fucking emails,
That's true too.
other pages, just to
That's
see if your person is want to cheat on you or not.
That was on the episode of Life After Lockup you just said.
No, you know I don't watch that.
I know you don't. But yeah, she did that to her guy.
Created
and he fell for it. He's stupid. He a dumbass.
That's it.
And lied.
Dealing with the women I used to deal with, that'd be the first thing. Soon as I ain't never in my life been so blocked by something. I'm like, and I just be, in my head, I was just laughing at myself. I'm like, you're not even doing it for the sake. If I block somebody or if I block somebody, it was for the sake of peace. Like, you're not blocking me for your peace. You blocking me because you know that's gonna piss me off. That is so fucking weird. You're crazy. Something wrong with you. You're not even doing it for yourself. You're doing it to piss me off. That's why when I was going, I was like, that's weird. Like, because if I block somebody, it's because I don't want you to get in contact with me. I don't want, but you're doing it for the sake of making me mad because they would still call me. They would still check up on me. That's weird.
I done some shit to check, but later found out it was my own insecurities and the red flags I was gathering from the other individual instead of me just dodging the bullet and accepting the red flag as one.
See, own insecurity. That's what
But that's what I'm saying.
Like,
but that's
people
what
have their own
but what I'm
insecurities.
saying, and overall, I'm just saying, if you feel like you have to check your significant other's phone, then not to say it's them. And overall, that's a red flag. Period. The trust is not there.
Right, but it's not necessarily your person. It's you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just
So
saying it's still a red
so
flag.
throw down red flag on yourself. God damn.
That's what I'm saying. It's still a red flag.
Yeah, the red flag could be simply your insecurity. Let's go ahead and tweet that. I mean, Facebook it. Go put it in your Facebook. Red flag your own insecurities. Say it with me. My own insecurities. Red flag.
Take a knee.
Cause hello, we don't want to be held accountable for our own shit. And what's so hard about it? Cause you never like y'all must really like fucking surprises and shit. I don't like surprises. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go in a relationship and like, look, I don't do no birthday surprise. I'm real live off no.
Flag don't just apply to the others. Red flags are dual.
Yeah, I mean, but when they was doing the whole red flag situation, ain't nobody was talking about. So
they always say something.
It's always what they see on someone else, not about self. So that shit works. Listen, have a red flag conversation. I had one with my sister, my whole person. I say, listen, baby, do you have any type of red flag? What about yellow flags? Yeah.
On your timeline.
Yeah, that part too.
My timeline had them all.
I was like, sheesh, cheap on cheap.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. I can notice all the red flags now that I missed. Let's name some of our red flags.
Of our red flags? I've been on some
about ourselves.
I used to self-sabotage. I don't do it no more, so I can't red flag that. I used to have a lot of self because I'm working on me.
I'm very outspoken, stubborn, and I do not like the word no.
It's a red flag.
I know I can be stubborn at times.
What's wrong with you being outspoken?
That's a red flag.
Hold on, what are we talking about? Not liking the word no, because you have a child. You have a child. So apply that same same energy with your child. When you say no, I said what I said. I look at those situations though. So I look at it like that. How would I want it? I can't. I don't have. I'm not.
It's all good till we say some wrong shit out loud, and I don't like being told no. Okay. Shit, fuck it. If it came out my mouth, it was meant to come out. I'm a person. I definitely think before I speak. I really think before I speak.
You know what I know? I just sat here and said I used to meet plenty of women who did not like that shit, and I'm going to teach you. I told my daughter that. My daughter's like, I will spoil the shit out of her. But when I say no, I say no for you. That doesn't mean you're not going to get it. It's just not going to get it when you want it. Because that's not what happens in life. I will be setting you up for failure, right? If I told you yes all the time. and we want better for our kids, right? So yeah, we're not gonna. I'm gonna tell your ass no quick, and I know that because no happened for me. But I understood at a young age why. I understand now even more. Probably didn't need the shit anyway. Sky.
Yeah, I don't have a problem saying no. Sometimes I do stuff that I might not feel like doing it, but then I do it. But then when I really don't want to do something, I'm gonna tell you what, it's not. And late. I'm learning now my mouth is leading to me having to relearn the definition of truth. I say things and am not emotionally connected to it, but sometimes I really, really hurt people with my words, and that's never my intent. Okay. Well, and we shot, argue about the shit all the time. I'm pretty sure she said shit.
Yeah, she definitely. What you said.
Yeah. Oh, because I say, oh, yeah, we do. Just say the fuck no. So now I have to remember I want my message to get across, and it can't if the person shut down, they are unable to get it.
So now you are, because we talk all the time. I feel like if you in it and with your emotions, versus if you're telling somebody that whose emotions aren't there like that, like in that way, like whatever it is that you got trying to come, whatever point you're trying to get them to see, if their feelings aren't in it like that, if you just explain this to a regular like another person who wasn't connected to what you was getting them to see, you will be able to express it, and they may or may not understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Should you like change, like your not 3 and 4 times, but that's first time I need to try to have feet. I don't know. I tell my people, y'all, I love you. Everything, my intentions are pure. Y'all know how I am. If it hurts, probably supposed to feel it. And granted, I wanted that
Mm-hmm.
from people. Do I necessarily get it? No. So no, I don't think I'm perfect. But no one's put me in a space or a place where they wanted. So that's what I always make me think: do people really be listening to me? Being on the phone, and then you really not, and then I'm like, hello, and then I'm like, did you hear what I said? And you're not giving me no feedback. This is why I don't listen to everybody. This is why I can't take feedback from everybody, especially on my personal situation. I can't. I don't hear everything. It just don't be like. It just don't stick with me.
For me, and Keisha, you know me, harshness does not have to accompany my message, is what I'm basically saying. Urgency is not the same as harshness, especially because I have a child and I was raised by harshness. Hey, Toy.
What's going on, Toy?
How you doing, Toy? How was your day?
Hope all is well. Thanks for tapping in. But we ain't doing nothing but talking about self love, self awareness, self worth, everything self. I think we just need to talk about self a little bit more. Let's be selfish on our selfless.
I told my friend that too.
What?
Like, it's okay to be selfish. Because a lot of people think that being selfish is always a bad thing, and it's not. Bitch, be selfish.
And people that don't have siblings are very.
Haven't had a few good days. Okay, well, we gonna send all the positive energy your way. We're gonna just flow that your way and hope that these ongoing days are better than your last few days. Because it does get better. I guess it's the hormones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we definitely just right along with you.
Understood.
Right along with you, sis.
Got it. Got it. I need to be way more selfish. Okay. I can agree. No problem, Toy.
If being selfish is going to, if it's better, if it's for the better, if it's with pure for pure intent, why not? If it's for you, why not?
Redefine what selfish means. Our parents thought it was cute, making us think selfish is the same as mean and nasty and rude. Nope. I'm claiming selfishness 2022. Aha, no, that's right. I struggle with self love because I care too much. Hold on.
You
Wait a minute.
see, we were talking about this earlier. You care too much about others because you want. Can I ask a question? Is it possible that it's that you aren't receiving because you can't like you can't receive it because you like numb, could be numb to it. Like I seen a post the other day, someone not some time ago, but someone said, "I just want a real hug," and I'm like, I know somebody's hugged you. I mean, granted, it's COVID, ain't nobody really hugging, but when you hug, were you able actually? Did you want it from that person? Like, were you being picky about who you want this hug from? If so, go tell that person that you want to hug. All right, is this your way of speaking out? Now I'm just trying to figure out. So you care too much about others because you don't care enough about yourself.
Right. Emotionally withdrawn. Question is, do they know what a real hug is and what is their definition of a real hug?
Right. Because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, if I was to walk up to you and I give you a hug after I've seen this post, because again, this to me is a crowd, and I give you a hug, are you gonna receive it? Because I seen it without saying that I need a hug. You said I want a real hug, meaning people have hugged you, but you weren't able to receive it. One, you wasn't able to, or it just you might have been just like you said, emotionally because withdrawn, like you can't receive it right now. So we can't always put shit on other people. It's your. It might be you. You might internally be blocking. And I remember when I couldn't touch people on massage because I knew mentally, physically, I wasn't there to be. I'm always present with my. I'm always present with my clients. So in the midst of having, I had to tell people no. But then I'm like, how do I explain this to people? That's only because the people that I was my clients that I was working on were emotional. I mean, emotional were close people, people that were close to me. They're my clients that I've been massaging over a year now. So if I know that my energy is bad, I really don't want to be around. I just didn't want to be around people because my mind wasn't there, and I was just that was me considering others, but you know what I'm saying? More so, I just don't want to put that. I was just thinking about everybody else. Holding yourself accountable for your unhealed spaces that can cause you to see things or to see things differently from what the person intended. Sometimes for me, I don't. I think I don't deserve anything. I sometimes overthink everything. I don't trust nothing. I'm really a work in progress. Too much trauma in my life. I swear, every time when you write, I be reading your sentences from the back on up. So, too much trauma. I know, okay, we all go through, we all have our own trauma. You went through what you went through. Okay.
No, it was Sunday. Her and Shane said that touch, like, I struggle with self love because I care too much. He said, I don't think I deserve anything.
So you got to change your thought process first. Your mindset, you got some self that you said you. She said, I really have a lot of, I'm a work in progress.
I like to make others feel good instead of myself, but that's the problem right there. You know, Shan said it too. Shan had said, I need to be way more selfish. You know, I can understand where she's coming from because I know her story. You know what I mean? Like, you have these individuals who are giving individuals, right? Okay, I'm going to read this. I can read the energy through here. I get it, Toy. I get it. I wish we could speak one day. Yeah, when you sometimes you will lose yourself in trying to fix other people, man, or making other people happy. And that's the sad truth about it. Like you give so much to these individuals that you forget about yourself. And in the moment you try to go back to like, damn, fuck, this time know about like that. I need to I didn't do nothing I said I was going to do. Oh my God, I forgot to do this. I missed that trip. What the hell am I doing? You focus on the wrong thing. Be selfish. Please be selfish.
My word for tonight is treat someone like someone you love. Treat someone like someone you love. Treat yourself. Treat yourself like someone you love. Instead of taking all that you do for others, do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Try it. One day, not even at a time. Just do it once a month. Just do intentionally take one day and choose you.
I really feel like you should pick one day out of a week to say, okay, this day is solely about me. I'm not making plans with anybody. Da da da. You get what I'm saying? If y'all notice, I don't know if y'all noticed. Well, if y'all go back and look back on the playback, that our good friend Monique came on and she said we should link up Thursday. You know, I could have easily said yes, but I know I had something planned for not just myself, but that's my day. So I said, no, let's do Friday. It's okay. You have full control over your life. You know what I mean? The only time somebody can control your life is when you hand them the controller. Even though that wasn't a controller, but you get what I'm saying. You know,
Treat yourself like someone you love. Treat yourself.
and keep repeating to yourself in subconscious that you deserve it and everything that is coming your way positively. We are all enough and we deserve all the love in the world.
Man, let me tell you, I'm going to keep speaking on my person because I'm in a great space, I'm in a good place in my life. I'm happy, and every day, every single day, from when we first started talking, I just was like, oh my God, this doesn't. This feels like it's not real. Like this stuff. Why do you keep saying it? Like with a such soft tone, it's like, why are you saying it? Why do you? And it's been months later, and it's like I don't even say it no more. But sometimes I might have a moment like, let me shit this Tuesday, and it's like,
Right,
there's
because
no, and
you,
I'm like, but
yeah,
then I tell myself, I deserve this. I asked for this. This is what I want. You damn right I want to sit here and I'm gonna be all over it. I
it's okay to do that. I reminisce all the time. They know. I stay reminiscing about our first time, you know what I'm saying? Just moments. We have many and many moments where we just go back and like, damn, I can't believe this shit. Like now, the at first the conversation was, girl, I can't believe I'm talking to you. Now this conversation, she's like, damn, you are really married. Can you believe that? I believe it, but I get what you're saying. You know, I
you
love it.
when you know what you deserve, you gonna shout it every time, and I'm gonna keep
When you
telling
when
you,
you get a taste of it,
yeah,
taste the egg, taste the egg. Ah,
taste good,
yeah.
taste good, taste good. I'm gonna keep speaking on, you know, and if it wasn't even in this moment, if tomorrow it does not, what has been from the time when we first started dealing to where we are now has been nothing but greatness, good, positive, healthy energy, love, and then this the whole self love thing. Like y'all, I'm clingy as shit. Okay, But just when I've been through it, I've just been scared to get really close to. I detached because I had attachment issues. So now I detach, and I thought it was a problem, but now this is somebody that allows me space and to do what I need to do. But it gives me time and room and space to miss them. And actually, she missed me. We miss each other, and it's just been. I've never been through that where I'm like I always had to prove myself that I'm not. I'm on the road, but I'm doing work. I like all I do is work. This is what I do. Oh no, you entertaining bitches. If that's what you think I'm doing, why are you still talking to me? I don't have to go through that. I asked for that. I asked for this. So now I can't sit here and be like, is this really true? Are you real? And I do it. I did it often. And she's like, that's babe, I'm real. I'm like, where did you come from?
In the moment, I am just feeling nothing I do is right. Just laying around being angry and hurt, especially lonely.
So hold on, leave that right in the moment. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just feeling nothing I do is right. Okay. So I remember, if this helps, I remember for a whole 4 months to 4 to 8 months, I didn't hear anything. I didn't feel anything. Listen, I tell you, it just wasn't like me. Okay, something was going on. I wanted better, and you're gonna have to go through some things. Be alone. Okay, it's okay to be alone with yourself. You're not alone. You gotta. You have kids. I think you have your kids, and if you're not, you have a little. If I'm not mistaken, you're carrying right now, and that negative. I don't want you to put that negative energy in. Like you have greatness around you. Like there is great coming to you. Is going to happen. I don't know when, but
A blessing in disguise.
you want better. I know that you want better. You reached out. You talked. You want better for yourself. It's just sometimes you have to sit still.
Mm-hmm.
You may not get the answers you want right now. Like if you think choosing yourself isn't right, then I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. No, you're right. You don't think it's right because what it doesn't include someone else. It doesn't. Your focus is not on them, but on yourself. So it doesn't feel right. It's not normal. It's not what you're used to. If it's what you're used to, then you not want the change, but you want change, so things are going to look different. I know I'm going through that now. Like every time I respond to something, I'm like, damn, that's not the old. Well, Keisha, this is not the old you. The old me would have been like. So now, when people say they get in church, they be like, but the sanctified, holified me, I know now, but don't get it twisted because it's still
Mm-hmm.
don't. I'm just not that person no more.
You know when to turn it on and turn it off.
Because at one point I didn't know how to flip a switch.
Mm-hmm.
I just get right to it, whatever that meant. So it's okay to be in this moment. Be in this moment. Feel what you're feeling. You have to feel so that you can know what not to do next time or how to act and react the next time. You just make sure you learn from this moment now. This is why it takes time. Like you really have to take that time with yourself and being and taking time alone.
I say this every day and keep saying it. It's long, but it helps because I know that heavy feeling. I love this body and mind that harbors my pure intentions. I love me. I forgive myself for anything I hold against me that no one knows about. And the selfishness that is loading will benefit and only be to show others how I need to be treated. I embrace all of me, dark and light above, and below I am me. And I can't be nothing else but I deserve to get to know me. Absolutely.
That is a great affirmation.
Like you take all this time out to get to know somebody else.
Ooh, speak word.
Dun dun.
Did it say that part?
Mm.
But then you want them to know so much about you, but you don't even know who
you.
you don't even know you. Come on now.
I'm bringing the key.
The reason why you can't talk about or nobody can. It's nothing really to talk about amongst your friends and amongst your
That
friends
part.
and amongst your other person, your person. The reason why you can't do it is because you don't know who you are. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you need.
Mm.
Not even just your wants. You don't know what you need. Focus on that because you probably don't even want that person no more.
Mm.
That the people the people that's in your life once you start to realize and it's okay to elevate. It's
Mm.
not a bad thing.
Hmm.
You say that?
Girl, try to tell you, I hear all the time, Toy, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. I understand that it's other people out here that's going through the same thing you're going through. They're trying to find out what it is that I am doing wrong. And the question, I mean, the answer that I always give is the only thing you're doing wrong is not focusing on you. You really have to focus on you. I mean, cut off any dead branches that is hanging from your tree.
I'm just saying. I can fit about. I got three things in my hand. Okay, if what I need to receive is this my next blessing. How can I can't hold on to it all. I gotta let some things go. Dead weight. Gotta let it go.
Mhm.
So I can receive what's for me. Like when you start to clear out that stuff that ain't, it's a timing on. All of us got timers now.
A lot of hoarders out here.
A lot of it. I mean, you can love people from a distance. Let me tell you something. If you ain't thinking before, think it now. It's okay to love people from afar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did she use my? Yes, Keith, you better. I'm so proud of you, homie.
Buddy, if man, what else? If you don't think that you can love people from afar, try. I dare you. I dare you to try to love someone at a distance.
I triple
Pray for
dog dare
them. In the midst of while you praying for yourself and taking that time out for yourself, send a prayer for them. Because that's another thing I started being selfish with. I was like, damn, every time I want to say a prayer, I gotta start including everybody. Because I'm like, okay, when I used to pray for my daughter getting on the plane, right? I dropped her and her three friends off at the station. I mean, at the airport. So I would be like, and protect my baby and her three friends and damn the whole plane. And this is the whole plane. Like everybody that's in the sky now. Anybody that took a flight today, God, I pray them, send a prayer for them. That's how I was like, you know what? But sometimes intentionally, I started praying specifically for a person. So I ain't the one that say I'm gonna send a prayer for you. I don't want to tell people that. I just do because I know that's what I'm saying. Just saying it, I didn't said it and didn't do it yet. I just do it, and I'm like not sure what you're going through right now. You know what I'm saying? And I say it. I'll say whatever comes to heart, whatever comes to mind, and I'll pray for you. But yo, take that time. Continue working on you. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's imperative. Okay, you can't keep putting it off. This is what I'm telling you to Toy and to other people that are going through stuff. You can. This is a mandatory meeting. All right, that you need to attend to, and that is with yourself. Do not put it off anymore. Start today. Do not put it off. It's important.
and another thing is like when I just want some us to kind of forgive our parents. One, the lack of resources that they have to. I know every day we got social media. There's someone saying get help, therapy, 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 therapy. It's all they didn't. Our parents they didn't have that resource. I even asked my aunt. I was like, "Did you have the option to?" Because I'm just curious. Like, what could you have done better for yourself? Like, it's like, shit, you should challenge your parents.
Mhm. Hey, Aunt Cheryl, you up in here? Hey, honey. Hey, Keisha, you carrying on that prayer work for a lot of our grandmas. Thank you for the prayer. Anytime you have prayed for me, we never know who praying for us, but I know it's people doing it.
Okay, that's
I
what's up.
received that.
That's what's up. Cause and y'all are welcome. Cause you don't know, and it's two different prayings. Okay. Remember I told y'all my
Yep.
story yesterday. There are people
Oh, I
praying,
had something like that.
praying over you, praying against you, and then there's people praying for you. But I don't have to, I said that just to say, to let people know that if I don't write it, if I see it on my timeline, you need to know. I'm going to say, I'm going to send one up for you and send some good positive energy, whatever you, because it's one, it might be too much to write. And then two, like, what you really going to do? Tell me your business when we don't talk every single day, and or you just really don't want to talk about it? Or what if you just want some attention? I don't know. Whatever the prayer may be, here you go. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you need, and if it's for you, just like medicine. I was always wondering how you take a pill and like my head hurt, how it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna go up, like where it's gonna go. My head hurt, where it's gonna go. Like, okay, it's gonna go, it's gonna get to where it need to get
Mm-hmm.
to. I just need to take the pill. So I say the prayer and it get to you if it needs to. That's how I
Right.
look at it.
I'm gonna read y'all something I literally wrote. What day was this? On the third. I wrote this at 2:37 in the morning. And this kind of go with what we're talking about. So I named this song These Walls, but I'm only gonna read the first verse because she had said something, it yeah, resonates. So spent a lot of time alone, then walls would talk to you. Felt like them drunken nights was better than friendships, they were more loyal. Had to give myself advice, niggas lie just to tell the truth. Smile in your face, but behind your back, they stabbing you. I don't want your gratitude. Keep it real. Use a real bitch. I can see from your point of view why you hate your image. Fuck with you the long way, longitude, latitude. Whenever you ain't get your way, you copped an attitude. I prayed for you when you prayed on me. Crazy how the ones you put your trust into will take from you. I mean, chew you up, spit you out, step on you. I'm like, look at the print you left for me as you walk on by.
They wanted to play that back for you one time with a beat or something because
No worries.
so um self-worth. Ask yourself some questions. Why did I get mad? What was I supposed to learn out of this situation? Really take that time.
Thank you.
Y'all, she got a
Thank
rack
you.
of hymns and shit that y'all be able to
Girl,
relate to.
I ain't gonna tell you what I thought was about to come out your mouth. I thought, say,
Hey,
what up,
listen,
Keisha?
even down to something what I went through this weekend. Man, I'm telling you, when I listen to music, I be happy for the littlest shit. I swear, I be listening to music and I be like, oh my god, I understand this song now. Like it's love, it's the happy love. It ain't the toxic letter or the Keisha Coles or the Mary J. Blige or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't even listen to music, but now I can actually listen to music, receive a song, and be like, damn, like I, because I'm doing the work. I deserve everything that I have coming to me because I am working for it. I am taking that time. I am being intentional. I am loving myself where I'm at today, loving myself at because of the decision I made. And even if I don't make the right decision, I look at that decision. I look at that decision and say, hey, what can I have done better? The only way you're going to learn to adjust is to go through these things. You fall down, you get back up and it is you adjust. You know what I'm saying? And I always say this. I'm like, nah, I hate going back to the drawing board, but I'm like, I had to learn to adapt to that and adjust to that. And still do what I need to do. So love yourself. I know y'all hear it, and it doesn't really mean much, or you don't think, but you're hearing it right now for a reason. It's telling you like there are people who are not even getting a chance. Kids that don't love themselves who are committing suicide, and it's unfortunate. These messages don't get to everybody, but I will say, if you are watching this, it's because you probably need to come across this to know a little something about your self worth, a little know to love yourself a little bit more, and not to know if you really don't know what that is. Take the time to actually find out what it is that you want, or what you want, or what you need in life. Like, what is it? And again, it may not come to you right now, right away. Just don't ignore the things that are happening around you. Listen to those songs. I'm telling you, the songs be having some shit. And the reason why it's resonating is because you probably need to work on that shit. I'm telling you, even down to my relationships, man. That's another day.
I don't know if y'all know, but I'm from the DMV area. Right now, I'm in Alabama with no friends or family. My only friend is my therapist, and I still don't trust her that much.
Damn. Damn.
Damn.
You gotta work on that. You have to. I gave up on. I ain't give up. I was about to give up on loving or wanting a relationship. I was about to give up on. Yeah, I was on here talking about doing the whole show, and that
Yeah.
trying to find love. Oh, I was gonna do Keisha Needs Love too, right? Y'all know, y'all was with me.
We got the proof.
And what I started talking all this stuff, and then this boom. It was a little bit before that, but she came out of nowhere, and I was just like, wait a minute. But I was just giving up on finding somebody like myself. Like, I got my cousin, you know what I'm saying, who's a lot like me. You know what I'm saying? Know how I think this we here. But it's just like, I want my person. Like, it's okay and cool to be single. It is. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing like getting that love and and someone understanding. Like you, like who's like you, like so. What was I going with this? Um, what was I going with that?
I don't know. You need to read it again.
Trust. I was giving up. I was giving up on that thing. Um, my faith in humanity was just, I was done. I was like, I keep meeting. I meet three people back to back, and they all do me. I'm like, something ain't right. And I'm being straight up, Joe. Like, I did not take the time. I was not, I didn't want to deal with trying to figure out. So, yes, I kept meeting and dealing with the same kind of people. I wanted to see something different in them. And to the point where I'm at now, I'm just like, wow, this is just so different. But I understand
What you had to go through.
what I had to go through, and just trusting that what I asked for, I'm going to receive.
Mm-hmm.
And it took for me to ask those things. I also, you still have to do the work. Straight
Mm-hmm.
up. I don't care. You can pray, 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 pray. But what they say,
But Lord, Toy, you in Alabama. I understand your pain, honey.
our family from
Yeah, we
the
got family in Alabama. I used to go to Alabama every summer. So, but I was there with my cousin, so it's a little different. You being there by yourself, girl, I understand the pain. But that might be just what you
you
need.
needed. I personally, I intentionally, I got up and left too. I didn't go as far as you did, but to the area I did. I moved away because I needed to get away from people. I had to, so I can focus more on me intentionally. You know what I'm saying? So you taking that step, like you don't know how long you've been out there, but you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. I have a boyfriend, but sometimes we clash, and recently more than ever, I guess because of pregnancy. His family is here, but shit, they always take his side. They never check on me or say anything nice to me. I am the only one who truly care for him. His dad gives him alcohol and let him drink and drive. His mom makes excuses and uses the Bible Wrong. His sister is super jealous of him in our relationship. Okay. How old is he? If you don't mind me asking. And you by you being pregnant, you already felt the way you felt beforehand, but you being pregnant are already done elevated. But how old is your boyfriend?
Yeah, you
Okay, don't tell me his age, but is he older than you or younger than you? I'm just curious.
because age honestly ain't got nothing.
37.
Age ain't got
Okay.
nothing to do with because ain't nobody giving him alcohol. He is old
He's
enough to
he's
buy
he's
it.
he's making
He's old
choices.
enough to choose to drink it.
Hmm.
Okay. If he wanted, if you want it better for yourself and your family, 1 year younger than me. If
Okay.
you want it better for yourself and or your family, you would do what you need. You would do what you need to do. If that's not what you want, this is where they say knowing your worth and know. Okay, knowing your worth. Let's just say, uh, would name something that you don't like you just like a food that you just would not eat, because you ain't out here just eating anything. Just name something you wouldn't. That would be equivalent to you not dealing with someone who is one, an alcoholic, two, is not supportive of you and or you know what I'm saying. I know because
They blame. I
me,
figured you was gonna say that they blame me for his drinking. Okay, that's them talking. Fuck what they say.
you care too much about what they.
Fuck what they got to say. Cause you know you're not doing it. So that's all that matters, right? You know that. You just need to stick to that and know that. Look, I know I ain't doing it. Let them talk. Let me ask you a question. Was life better for you in the DMV area or would you say in Alabama? Okay.
What? What was the question?
Would she say that life was better for her in the DMV area of Alabama?
Okay, so yeah, you okay. It's I mean I'm going to ask. I have to ask certain questions, but it's just like, do you feel like are you living with him?
I was about to ask that.
You living? Are you living with him and his
Or
family,
you
or
got
like
your
are
own
you? Do
place?
you have your own? And if so, it's just like I mean, let's just see what you say first, because believe it or not, like if it's doing any trauma to you, if it's
I was literally in a dark hole, but I see myself slipping back there. Do you have to be in Alabama? Like, is there somewhere like what was the reason that you went to Alabama in the first place? See, this is something I need to know the whole story to kind of really understand your
I,
situation to be able to, you know, give you my opinion.
they just got a new house.
Okay, y'all just got a new house. Okay, but my
Is he
question,
taking care of you? Like, do you care for yourself? Because I know if I'm not mistaken, you got other kids. Like, are they with you too, or they just like it's a number like what you're making the decision that you're making for yourself because like when something if something happens to him and they're sitting on the table like yo you got a kidney, he's not gonna say it's because of they. Okay, yeah, she said yeah, that's okay, myself.
okay,
When the doctor is talking to him about his kidney because he's having drinking issues and he's drinking behind the wheel, he's not gonna hold himself accountable. No, he's not. He's gonna blame you. They're gonna say, "Oh, it was Toy. She made me get
right.
behind the wheel."
He sounds
You're
crazy.
37,
Right.
sir.
He gets mad when I don't accept his help.
Hold on, what?
He gets mad when I don't accept his help. So when he tries to help her, he gets mad. Why won't you let him help you? Because If I'm not mistaken, this is the father to your child. He's supposed to help you. He's supposed to. He should. In my eyes. I just want to know, do you have to be in Alabama? Is there any other place that you're interested in going to?
But they just got a house together, so
Oh, true. I don't like people to hold things over my head, so I do it to myself. What does that sound like in your childhood? Where did that stem from?
probably people doing stuff for her, and she just didn't. And they be like, "Well, I did X, Y, and Z."
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't control other people's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do, but I don't know. I feel like
So you say you do it for yourself, but you also do for other people because I remember we was talking before and you were saying you love to see people happy, you love doing for folks. You know what I mean? Well, I came here with my mom and she left. Okay. Is the house in your name? I'm gonna go ahead and ask this because we touching up on this hour anyway, we a little over. But I want you to remember this, and we can always talk about this outside of this. But my thing is, if nothing's in your name, my next question is, do you have to be in Alabama? Can you toy, pick up, and go somewhere else and start?
I mean, but even that, and looking at your whole situation, like, are you not happy with this man, or are you not happy in your situation? Because then that makes you decide whether or not you need to be there or not. Like, are you just staying around because he like? Is it you? What is your doings in this situation? What would he sit here and tell us about your situation? Because if he tell me it's because of you while you drinking, I'm gonna be like, no,
Mhm.
she's not putting a gun to your head and telling you to drink.
I think I am not happy with myself.
I think that's the start. I
Mhm.
think I think and it doesn't help right now hormonally. You got
Right,
all of what you got going on.
right.
You're pregnant and life and just other things. It's just a stressor. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I cannot speak from because I've never carried a child, so I don't know what it's like. Maybe someone on here who's watching, or what's happened, and give you some advice as far as that. But I would just, and I don't want to tell you anything, that's not like your situation. And we're not about to sit here and just counsel here,
Mhm.
because you talked to me before in the inbox. We haven't really got down to it. But I see you brought it up, but I just think the underlying issue is yourself, like, and just knowing. I'm gonna figure out something else. Just saying, knowing your worth, because
Try something different.
just let them help.
Try something different.
Let them help you, and don't say nothing
If you're
about it.
used to saying yes, try saying no. If you're used to not letting him help, try letting him help. You know what I mean? Regardless of that, just try because he's not like everybody else. I'm not saying he probably did hold it over your head before, and that's probably why you don't let him help. Okay, and I get that, but he needs to understand that too. That he can't do that. But I'm daring you to just try something different. Trying something. What's the damn thing? I wore the shirt all the time. You never know what how it go. You'll never the shirt we got. You'll never know.
This is your shirt.
I know. You'll never know anything if you never try anything new. Something like that. How do you know if you never tried? No. You're not fucked up by far. You're not fucked up by far. You like you say, you got a lot of trauma. that's what you need to focus on. That and it'll open doors for you to you understanding why you're reacting to the things that you're or the way you feel about yourself now, because it all goes back to when it first started.
But also, even with your therapist, and you feel like do you really feel like she's helping you or he's helping you in this moment? I don't know what you want. Like, are you setting goals, and what are you doing? I mean, because if you feel like your therapist is your friend, man, like they know a lot about you, and I just hope that you just not talking, but I hope things are getting done. And if you are just talking, I hope that's a start to getting stuff done. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope you there goes like at one because I remember at one point for me it was just me talking. It was me just getting them getting to know me. And then if I wasn't feeling the atmosphere, I was quickly to move on. It's just like a relationship, trying to find out who's the best therapist for me. So I'll find a new one. Even one not she's new.
So we have to get more acquainted. Give her a
But
chance. And
yeah, well,
then if at some point you just feel like she's not, you come here because it seemed like this is more therapeutic. You know what I mean? So if you need that same feeling that you're getting right now, you know what I mean? You're very open with us, and from when you first started, you want to say a lick of nothing. And honey child, I can applaud you for even coming on here, you know what I'm saying, on camera. That was a step to me, you know what I mean? So um you you have to have that same feeling that you have to get comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, then that's the thing I'm talking about. You're so used to being content. You're so used to um I'm not going to
you
do it. You have to, make those proper steps and say, okay, you know what, this ain't gonna work. It's okay to tell a therapist it ain't gonna work.
hey, look, right, and that's another thing. Hold on, I
I
wish
wish
I
I
could
could
tell
tell
y'all
y'all
everything,
everything.
but I don't want to be judged.
I'm
Now,
not
you
here to
don't.
judge.
This is the thing. You don't have to talk here,
Here.
and because we don't want like it's like there's some things that I'm real transparent, y'all, but there's just some things that I just don't want to dig into right now. It's just some things that might be a little alarming or triggering to other people. Like I don't care. I've never been one to. You won't be judged. You know what I'm saying? You're going through what you're going through. You met us for a reason. You come here, you tap in for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So you won't be judged. We're not now. Now there is a thing that say, that you can be judged righteously, like in my eyes, it might be in my opinion what I feel is right, and though what we might have too. It's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, and or what you know right from wrong. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Period, point blank. So if you're not going to be able to receive what we have or what someone is trying to tell you, and you not wanting to tell the truth, are you being upfront with your therapist? Because what I know people to do is even go to the doctors and not be honest with their doctor,
And they
so
can't
they
they can't
can't give
treat
you
you.
they
They
can't
can't
treat you because you're not being straight up. So because I'm aware of that,
you go in
when
there.
people come to us, even my friends, when they come to me, I'm like, so what did you do?
Right.
What could you have done differently? Or what I'm want to ask you questions but you gotta be honest. You gotta be honest with
With
yourself.
yourself.
And if that means me coming down on you, it's all out of love. See, that's the thing. I mean, tough love, and I mean, I'm coming to you. I'm giving this disclaimer up front. It's all out of love, and you won't be judged. Now, what were you saying?
Mhm.
You say what you need to say, and we respond, and you just receive it as such. We're not coming down on you in no type of way. Who am I to judge? I got my own shit. I done been through a lot of shit too. But there's no judgment here. You know, this platform is a no judgment free platform. We have people here meet each other, show each other love because we just that people think that a lot. They're being judged.
Right.
You got to get out your own head too. Again, it starts with
And
you.
you never know. It's
There's so many
somebody.
people in here that, again, yes, I tell you all the time, your story is not your own.
Mhm.
There's somebody who is watching this right now who's going through and feels exactly what you're going through, who wants to talk to you, who wants to. We told you, start your podcast, do what you need to do. And I know we said we're going to get more to that, but you might not need to jump and do that right now because you still need to work on some things with yourself.
Mhm.
So, timing.
If I don't be honest, it's detrimental to my mental health. I need all the help I can get.
Oh yeah, and see, that's
But okay, so you put that out there. So we're here and we telling you, you know what I'm saying? I done told you to try something different. You know what I mean? Try to, if you say yes all the time, try to say no a couple of times. You be surprised how much you giggle when you like, oh, I like the fact that I said no, that shit.
she know. I had to force myself to be like, no, choose me. You know what I'm saying? Like you even know something I didn't know. Now I hear people talk about themselves. They say, can you name 5 great things about yourself? Some people can't even name 3. But when you say, tell me some things you don't like about yourself, we got a whole list. Da 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 da. How can you say so much bad but not so much good? So that means you need to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you need to start there. What are some things you don't like about yourself?
And I'm gonna point this out too. You said something. Let me go back. So I won't lose it. Because you said his dad gets him alcohol. That's not what I mean. That's something different. His mom makes excuses and uses the Bible wrong. Okay. His sister is super jealous of him in our relationship. Okay, maybe I'm not trying to use none of those. But you gotta understand that what you show on the outside is what you won't receive. If that's what you giving, if somebody if I meet somebody for the first time and they got a nasty attitude, I don't want to be around you. Period. And then that person leaves like, I don't understand why people don't, you know what I mean, don't want to be around me. So it's because what you're doing. It's what you're showing, what you're giving. I'm not saying that's you in general, but there's some people out here that do that. What I'm saying is the mirror is a motherfucker.
Tell me about
Stand in front of that. If you can't stand in front of the mirror and look at yourself, baby, it's you.
Or watch how fast you can write down 5 things about yourself versus what you like about yourself versus what you don't like about yourself. I dare you to try that. Anybody that's watching, write down 5 things or write down anything. See how fast you can write what you like or love about yourself versus what you like. I mean, what you don't like about yourself.
I can tell you right now, I love everything about me. Let me tell you something. The only thing I wish I can work on is this gut ahead. And I wish I could work on like my timing. Because I know my timing sucks.
You wish you can?
No, and I will work on.
Okay, change your words.
And I need to get the hell in the gym. Okay.
You get the who?
In the gym.
Oh. So
but everything else I love about me. And can't nobody tell me different.
She didn't do it, but be specific. Be in great detail. And that, again, I don't know if that works for everybody, but it worked for me. So I'm going to spread it. I'm going to tell you, when you say you want a certain thing, like you can't talk about wanting $1 million if you're not writing down how you going to get it down. When I say you got to write this down, how you going to make that million, that's why I'm able to say that. And I say that, y'all watching. I wrote a post the other day. I said, 2022, I'm going to get my first million. Remember, I said that.
She keeps saying millionaire.
She keeps saying, and this is the thing. I'm not doubting that we won't be billionaires. I'm not doubting that. What I'm saying is, I'm going to touch my first million next year, 2022. I'm claiming that. And I'm telling you, here it is on this camera, and we're marking today. I said it the other day, but 2022, we're going to touch our first million. Not saying that we won't be billionaires. They're not saying that. Because in my thinking, we all are rich, and we've all touched a certain amount of money. Now, what you did with it is your business. Don't say you haven't had no money because you had money. We've all touched a good coin. It's what you chose to do with it.
Remember also too, there's a difference between thinking and doing.
And there's a difference between thinking and knowing, because if you think, you don't know. So when you know who you are, you know what you want out of life, you don't think you know that shit. And you know what you're going to stand for and what you're going to deal with, okay? So what I'm not going to do is deal with anyone who chooses to drink as much or consume. Now, I'm not saying that a person can't be a social drinker. I'm not saying, but I'm saying if it does anything, I'm going to easily be triggered. And I'm like, this is not for me. I'm going to cut you off. I'm not going to deal with you. Okay, because it's something that I don't want to deal with and I don't have to.
Right.
And I'm not judging a person who chooses to do that. It's just I choose not to do it. It doesn't make me better than. I'm just choosing that my energy, I don't do well with it. And I'm okay because I'm choosing me. That's ignoring the red flags and giving a person a chance and potential. No, do you know? I understand every girl that didn't want to talk to me because of where I was mentally at the time, because they were already past that. They were like, oh, I don't want to deal with that dude. Got this and that going on. Man, it's girls that didn't want to talk to me just because my daughter's mother was still around. Not because we were still there, just because we was just like, I didn't deal with too many baby mothers. I'm not dealing. I'm like, well, she just wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it off right then and there. And I'm okay with that. I've dealt with people who slept around one time and they was like, you know what? I'd rather have you in my life than not have you at all, Keisha. I respect it because you know who you are. And you'd rather have me in your life than not have me at all because you know you fucked up. And I don't want, and they've told me, I know I'm not that type of, you don't deserve that, so I'm not going to treat you that way. Because I know. But then somewhere I got a little mixed up, and I started meeting, it was time for me to do the work. So I can get to this meal and be wealthy and healthy that I'm claiming to be in 2022. And moving on so I can get these goods.
Yeah,
But it is 10:26, y'all. We did a little ran over. We was on time, ran over time, gave you a little bit more time than we normally do. And that's cool because, it get like this sometimes. We don't stop going when we are in the, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and get ready to sign out of here. We're going to make sure y'all book with the Photo 360 for your next event. Hit us up so we can show up, put up and show out. You got that experience. You want to show them a little bit?
Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. Sir, flex I do work. Work 6 of like Mike. He's out of sight. Whoa, you got me pipe. You man like Ike. Throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. Let me see that ass back and let me. Let me see that ass back and let me. Let me see that ass back and let me. Let me see.
Yes, sir.
You are welcome, Toy. You're welcome. Thank you for being transparent and trusting us. So you can come on here and just, speak. The platform is here. No judgment, y'all. For those of you who don't know, you come talk to us. We all love, and we haven't had to do it, but if we have to, we will block anything because we don't want that negativity.
It's like we done had that experience once. Whoever that random person that
But
was.
see, that's I'm talking about a real person.
Yeah.
That was like some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all. Genuine tickets are still on sale. Y'all go ahead and get those tickets, Groupon and Ticketmaster. And if you want those VIP tickets, jump in on Facebook in the DM or in the inbox, Chandel Thompson. Get your tickets for that Genuine show because it's right around the corner, y'all. Also, make sure y'all go and check out that website, of course. iFlymerch.com. Tracksuits are going.
Oh yeah, they are going.
So get yours before it's too late, honey.
I ain't got no room for extra baggage. Don't forget to come and pick up your feelings. Don't leave no pieces. You need to hurry and pick up your.
Yeah, all my big sizes are actually getting. I got a number of mediums and extra larges now. For real. So yeah, let me know, y'all, because once they are gone, they are gone. That's it. We are on the road to 1K. We need your help. Do me a favor. If you're watching this far, I need you to share. Share. Now here or there, but share. Hit the button, y'all. We got everything else from there. We just need you to hit the share button.
Now pause.
Subscribe to our YouTube, iFlyEntertainment.com. iFlyEntertainment.com, sorry. Subscribe to YouTube.com backslash I Fly Entertainment. Make sure you just put in I Fly Entertainment. Y'all see the logo, the heart, I Fly. It's us.
Mm-hmm. Them parts.
Hit the subscribe button, then hit the bell. On our Facebook too, y'all. If y'all watching this and y'all on Facebook, like the page, like the business page, I Fly and I Fly ENT.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the bell notification button so that you'll know when we post, when we go live, when we know anything you will is to know about us and what we're doing right now.
Until then, y'all, we here each and every Sunday and Monday at 8 p.m. Don't meet us here, beat us here, because we definitely beat your ass here.
We beat y'all here today, and we proud to say it. We're gonna do better. We're gonna do better, and we beat y'all here today. So we're gonna go ahead and sign out. We love y'all. Make sure y'all say those self-positive affirmations, those self-worth affirmations each morning before going to bed, during the day, when needed. You know what I'm saying? Speak positive into your life. Use your words wisely. Choose your words wisely, and speak greatness and great things and greatness over your life.
Love on yourself more. And
like
remember, thoughts become things.
Because I am worthy, I am my best me, and I am enough. If you just needed that out, take that with you and just say it throughout your days, throughout the day. I am enough. I am enough. Speak it into your life. I can't stress that enough. So we can go ahead and say your affirmations. Treat yourself like you love someone else, and we're gonna go ahead and sign out. This your girl Keisha Kool-Aid.
School.
Hey y'all, you tripping if you ain't